Well, normally I'm saying good morning, family. Good afternoon, because that's the time of the day it is. That's what type of time I'm on. Listen, fam, it is one of those days again. Yes, I got to get out of the house. I got some errands, some running around to do. Yay, not. Y'all know, if you've been following the channel, if you're watching me, my favorite thing to do is stay in the house. Take care of household chores and do things around the house. I don't always like to get out and about, but there comes a time, there comes a need. Well, that's just what a girl's got to do. A girl's got to do what a girl's got to do, right? So listen, today's going to be a bit different. I am going to go ahead and give a little prelude to it. I have a doctor's appointment today. We'll talk about that later. And we're going to ride out to that. And I've decided that today I'm going to do a little different content. I'm so used to my channel being about me being stationary in the home and just covering a life topic, what I like to call them. And I've been doing some different things with the channel, not trying to be too busy, too all over the place. I probably still am, because that's just how my brain works. I'm an all over the place chick. But today I decided I'm going to sort of kind of pick a topic. And the topic that I sort of kind of picked is one that I've been talking about quite frequently, and that's my OCD. Yay, me! All the OCD rituals and issues that I have. I've shown you some, I've shared some, but today I'm not going to do any actual OCD rituals on camera. That's not the plan. What I'm going to do today is pull about 10 topics. 10 topics. And I'm just going to run through and explain to you in these situations, scenarios, how I navigate OCD. So that's what we're going to be doing. Just discussing it. Some of them are a little bit wild and far-fetched. They're a little out there. Some you might be like, okay, well, she's done it on camera. She's talked about that. We've seen it. And so yeah, that's just what we're going to do. So that's the plan. I just wanted to hop on and give you that prelude to it. I'm going to finish doing what I'm going to go eat. Put a little something on these pale lips, as we always try to do. Load up the vehicle with the things I'm dropping off to Goodwill. Don't mind that insurance coupon. That's to remind me to put those in my car. I have to do little things to remind myself. So that insurance coupon is sitting in that Goodwill bag to make sure I don't forget. We're also going to be dropping that thing off because it needs to go back to my internet provider. Yeah. Had to get a new router, and that one has to be dropped off. So we're going to be going to the doctor's appointment, dropping off these so a lot of items. I have some more in my car to Goodwill, and also to drop off this router. Oh, and also Eyeglass World. If everything goes well, they're literally a long stretch on the same road. Literally, the doctor's appointment is first, and I've got to go up the street to Goodwill, up the street to Eyeglass World. And I'm almost thinking my internet provider, one of their drop-off locations is in the same plaza. So yeah, that's why I said a lot of conversation may not take place in between. We'll do what we can do. We'll see how it plays out. But I'm going to meet you guys back in the car, and we're going to start our topic for the day. 10 of my OCD rituals and how I navigate them. Wow. So I totally forgot in my outing today that I've got to go and get, not got to. And part of my day's plan was to get a pedicure. Wow, how did I forget that? It's my first stop, a pedicure. My doctor's appointment is very late in the evening, and I love that because I don't like early appointments. So yeah, my foot appointment is at 1:30. It is about 1:25. I'm always trying to be early. And then my doctor's appointment is at 4 o'clock. Gosh, I love a late doctor's appointment. I appreciate the fact they even had one. So we're walking in to get a pedicure. Oh, and also, I wasn't able to do a piece of content from the house to the pedicure shop because I had to take a very important phone call. But we're going to start those 10 steps, y'all. 10 OCD steps. All right, fam. Today has turned out to be a lot busier than I expected. So hopping on doing content hasn't happened the way I expected it to. We're going to go ahead and hop on and start on these 10 topics. You got to watch to the end, because one of the most common, very simple ones, I'm going to save the best for last. You're going to be like, you do what? Yes, I do it. But let's go ahead and get into it. One of the things that I'm going to start with the airport, number one, baby, that, again, this could take me all day on this one topic, right? There's so much that goes on in the airport with a person that's not OCD. Just to have everything, you got to navigate how you got to get through it. For me, it is horrendous. I do so much. That starts at home with a lot of OCD. I have to pack very strategically to make sure that by the time I'm at the airport, I'm prepared to go through this they're going to ask me to do, and I'm prepared to do that they're going to ask me to do, and I need to make sure I got this covered and that covered. And so it's hell getting prepared to even get to the airport. Once I'm at the airport, it gets fun, it gets interesting. I try to make sure I have things in clear bags so they can see everything they need to see. When it comes to getting to the airport, and I don't even know what they still do today, if they do it or not, but getting to the airport and having to take off shoes and walk across the filthy, baby, we know I'm not doing that, right? So I do one or two things. Hospital booties, you see the doctors with the hospital booties on, I will have several of those packed, or I'll go to the Dollar Tree and just get random pairs of socks. I don't care. Plenty of them. I will have on about 5 or 6 pair of socks, you know, because socks have those little breathable holes in them, right? So I got to make sure one pair won't work. I got to double up, triple up, double up to make sure my foot is good and secure. And I walk across the floor like a boss. Feet clean, not touching this. And when I get to the other side, I'll remove those socks and they go in the trash can. Trust me, I have enough for flying back. That's the airport. As far as the bin, again, people put their shoes in the bin. Those bins are probably like a nasty petri dish. Disgusting. I'm not putting anything I own in those bins. So I get the largest Ziploc bag, because they have some pretty large Ziploc bags. Now I put my shoes in there. That's it. Cell phones, belts, anything else goes inside of a very, very large clear plastic bag. And then I put it in the bin. Mind you, I have a shopping bag or a tote bag or a duffel bag or something that's already folded down and very much so on top that I'm ready to take out. I would then dump those items out of that clear plastic bag, put them in, you know, something clean I brought from home, and I will continue my journey through the airport. But my personal belongings are never touching the inside of those bins where everybody else's filthy, disgusting shoes and whatever else they had and where they had it and stuff they put on the ground and then picked up off the ground and put in the bins. Baby, I can't put my cell phone in my belt and say, no, that's nasty. Woo! So yeah, that happens. None of my stuff goes in the bin other than my shoes, because they're going to be on the ground. They came off the ground, they're going to go back on the ground. That's it. That's how I get through the airport. And that's just the basics of it. Of course, there's other little things that I gotta wipe. When it comes to them doing the actual, you know, feeling on my body, I always ask them, please, can you put on a fresh pair of gloves? Baby, you can't touch 10 people ahead of me. I don't know how filthy, clean, or dirty, or nasty they are. Their clothes, you can't touch them and touch me. Please, can we start with a fresh pair of gloves? I've never really had anybody have an issue with that. When it comes to my head, I try to make that minimal. Like, don't touch my hair. Like, I go through there as strategically as I can to make sure they don't have to do a whole lot of messing with me personally. The pat down, I'm okay, because I got on clean gloves at that point. And I don't have on any belts, any jewelry, nothing that's gonna go off, because we're not doing no extra searching. But I'm gonna wrap that one up, since that's my number one OCD ritual we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna wrap that one up with the last time I went through back in January 2025, when my sister friend passed away and I had to travel alone without Smooch. Baby, listen, I had so many issues during that moment of anxiety. I literally was on the side of the go through line hyperventilating, and the lady was so accommodating. She said, ma'am, I want you to do yourself a favor. The next time you have to travel, call and get special accommodations. We will work with you. I'm like, what? There's such a thing? I thought that was for like handicap accessory people, you know, wheelchair bound thing. No, she said, with what you have going on, call and get special accommodations. I didn't know that was a thing for me. So baby, Yeah, that's why I put that one number one at the top, because there's a remix. I haven't had a chance to do it yet. I haven't thought about doing it yet, so I will definitely find out how that will benefit me. I'm interested in knowing how that's going to benefit me, because I'm not in a wheelchair or crutches, or I don't have an oxygen tank or any medical equipment. So it's going to be interesting to find out what they'll do, because you're still going to make me go through security because I have anxiety. You're not going to be like, oh yeah ma'am, just if you got a bomb, just go straight through, we don't care. I'm sure I've got to go through it. Maybe I'll just have one person accommodate me. I don't really know, but we'll find out, and I'll definitely hop back on and share it with you guys when I find out what my special accommodations are for OCD and anxiety, extreme OCD and anxiety. That's the airport one. On to number two. Number two, I don't shake hands. My OCD will never allow me to shake hands. There used to be a time that I wasn't as comfortable with my OCD, and I would kind of like do it to accommodate people and not have an awkward moment or make the person feel dirty or nasty. Baby, I don't care about that anymore. My mental health is what's most important to me. I need to be comfortable, so I can't shake your hands to make you uncomfortable and then leave myself uncomfortable. So now I politely say, it is a pleasure to meet you, but I don't do handshakes. That's that. It's that simple. I don't do handshakes. And guess what? As that saying goes, when you know, people understand. We all just went through COVID not very long ago. If you were on this side of the dirt, you went through COVID. So we know what the touching and what people's preferences about germs and OCD and not touching. We know you may not have it. You may not battle OCD, but you know the reason a person will tell you not to extend your hand. They're not going to shake it. We know the reasons. So yeah, that one is pretty quick and simple. I don't do handshakes. Not going to do it. Nope. I don't even have to go down the list because we know why. And I will say this. People love to say, my hands are clean. My hands are clean. When your hands are filthy, you ain't washed them in 2 or 3 hours. The last time you did wash them, you turned the dirty, filthy faucet off with your hand. You opened the bathroom door to a restaurant or a public facility with your hands. As soon as you wash them, baby, you got them dirty 2 minutes later. So yeah, no, don't do handshakes, because in my head, too many people love to talk about, my hands are clean, my hands are clean, my hands are clean. No, they're not. No, they're not. Especially not in my OCD brain. Not accepting it. So yeah, no. That's that. Off to number three. Number three, talk about bowling. It's pretty much just like the airport. You would probably think I'm a person that would never go bowling. That's a time where I have to really talk myself, get in my head and tell myself, you're going to have to stick your finger in these nasty holes. I've never tried bowling with gloves, but if I ever did it again, that's probably where I am now. We'll probably try to do it with a glove on, a very, very thin glove, and get a hole that's a little bit big enough to give room for the glove. But yeah, same thing as far as the shoes. You can't get on the bowling alley without, you can get on the bowling alley without them bowling shoes if you want to, and watch yourself be laid on your back, right? You have to do the bowling shoes. I probably would invest in getting my own pair of bowling shoes if I bowled that much, but it's always been one of those things where I'm just like, oh, I just want to go bowling or whatever, so I've never invested. But I will put on about 4, 5, 6 pair of socks, get a pair of shoes too big, and that's how I bowl. I just got to make sure my feet feel way more covered than not. Just cover, a lot of socks, and I'll go bowling. But for the most part, if I'm honest, I have just put my fingers in them nasty bowling balls, and of course, I'm wiping every time I take my finger out. It's someone else's turn. I'm wiping my fingers, and then of course, when I'm completely done, the amount of cleaning my hands is ridiculous. That's number 3. And number 4, how I do something. Well, we already know I handle food very differently. We already know that. But let's talk about how I handle getting bread out of package. Like a loaf of bread. I'm going to be very specific because I would spend years trying to tell you every single food item and how I handle it differently. So that's one of the best ones I think I can use as an example. A loaf of bread. Obviously, it's been handled. It's been handled in the store. Taken out of a box, stocking, putting it on the shelf. It's been handled. If I went to a regular checkout, somebody had to take it, ring it across the, scan it across the register, whatever. However, we know by the time I get home, I've already cleaned the package of the bed. I've taken my cavi wipes that I've showed you. the cavity wipes and I've wiped the bread down. So the bread packaging has been wiped down. We've talked about my OCD. In my head, when I'm cleaning something, it's not clean enough. It's not clean enough. I don't think it's clean. I'm just sanitizing, right? That's removing a certain level of dirt and germs. Not all of them. So if I need to get a piece of bread out of a loaf of bread, what I have to do is, one, take my bread wherever I store it, open it, like open the package where it's open, right? I have to then go and clean my hands strategically, like my little chemical bleach spray my hands clean under my nails, all that, clean my hands really good. And only with a clean paper towel will I, shut off water if I need to. My kitchen sink is motionless. I don't even have to touch turning on and off water in the kitchen. And just that. So my hands are clean, but I've dried them off with a clean paper towel and I go straight in the package of bread. I don't touch anything. That's what I say, and that's what I mean when I say clean hands. I've not touched anything after or between washing them and heading to food. Hands are clean, I go straight to the food item. That's what eating with clean hands is like. I can't help that some people think they can clean their hands, touch 5 objects that have germs on them and say, oh, but my hands are clean. Baby, the moment you contaminated your hands, they're no longer clean. Yeah. So I have to clean my hands, open that package already, go straight in and get that bread out. And that's how I handle clean food. That's how I'll get my bread. And that's what eating with clean hands is like. We'll get off to the next one. And for the next one, you guys pretty much already know this one, but as far as opening up doors anywhere, restaurant, grocery store, anywhere from my vehicle to inside of an establishment, I'm always going to use a tissue, a napkin, or a glove. I'm not going to do it. I can't even say that I'll, like, if I don't have anything, I'll do it with my bare hand and just clean my hand. Yeah, my glove compartment is stacked with napkins. I keep napkins in my glove compartment. So there's never going to be a time I don't have a napkin that I leave my car. I will find something. I will find a plastic bag in my car, something that somehow, some way I feel like it's clean, to some degree cleaner than a door handle. So that, you guys already know that. Also, anytime I walk into an establishment, if I need to shop, grocery, or any other store, I'm not real big on wiping the carts down with wipes. Like, I go in Publix and they have those wipes. Walmart's kind of iffy whether they have them in stock or not at the door by the carts. Publix is usually good. They usually have their wipes. I'm not big on wiping because, again, it takes me back to that you're just wiping the germs around. You're not removing the germs. They're just going around the handle. Yeah. Some of them are probably getting into the wipe, but not all of them. So I'm big on covering it. Publix, for example, they have those long plastic bags for umbrella coverings. You drop a wet umbrella down in it, baby. I will wet that handle because it sticks to it. That plastic will stick to the handle real good. That's how I shop in Publix. I'll wet the handle with a wipe, walk over, get that long umbrella plastic. In stores, I've talked about this. Some of you would go, well, if you pick up a shirt or a gown or a robe in a store, someone had to touch it with their hands and it got stocked and it's dirty. That's true. I still feel like that's one person that stocked it and hung it up and put it, on something. It's not hundreds and thousands of hands that have touched a cart handle. So I will grab maybe like a robe, turn it inside out, put it across the cart, or shirt, turn it inside out, put it across the cart, a bath towel, anything. And I still have to cover it. That helps my OCD more than just wiping it and pushing. So, have there been times I had to do that? Yes. I have many different rituals, many different things that work, but the most comforting is to cover that handle. So my brain is doing a disconnect to whatever germs that are there, as opposed to, oh, I wipe these germs off and I'm good. My brain is never going to think or believe that. So yeah, that is how I navigate and manage carts. I'm not touching those dirty handles. Filthy. Oh my God. And the fact that other people do, and then they'll go somewhere and pick up a burger and eat it with their bare hands. I get it. Y'all always say things like, well, it ain't killed me yet. I get it. That's how you look at it. I don't think it's going to kill me, but I don't want to be engaged with it either. So, hey guys, I'm here at the doctor's office waiting on the doctor to come in the room. And I'll show you quickly my, you guessed it, OCD setup. Yeah, so my phone that I'm filming with now, my second cell phone, and my card holder and pen, had to grab out a napkin and place them in the chair. They could not be in the filthy chair where dirty people's clothes have been. So yeah, OCD doesn't stop. I don't care where I am. It doesn't shut off. It does not shut off. So I'm waiting on the doctor to come in. It was a little bit of anxiety checking in because I had to go through the, don't this, don't that. May I get a couple of napkins so I could put my phones and my card holder down on some paper towels so that I could weigh and do all those things. So a little bit of anxiety, but the lady who processed me in was extremely nice, kind, caring, and understanding. I can't say that for every medical appointment I've had. I've had people act super unprofessional. I have lost my crap and I've left and went home. I have left and gone home before. So she was a little bit thrown off a couple times. And she was looking like, I said, ma'am, she handed me something that I laid down. And I said, ma'am, could you please put that back where I had it? And she's looking like, why? Put it back. She put it back. And then she said, what can I do to help you? I'm like, nothing. I'm very specific, very particular about how I do most things. And while I appreciate you wanting to help me, you can't. I think people should see you as like needy and like, oh my gosh, you need help. No, I don't. I need you to stop, step away, and leave me alone. I live in this body. I've been living in this for many, 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 many moons. I know what and how to do it. You don't. So yeah, let's talk about the next OCD ritual while we wait. Shoes in the home. Absolutely not. Can't do shoes in the home. I have maybe like little, what I call shower shoes or house shoes, little plastic shoes you get at from any store, 5 and below, Walmart. Very, very durable, plastic, sturdy type of shoes. I'll probably insert a picture. Get them from the store, take them home, throw them in the wash machine. In the event they were in the store on the floor, maybe somebody tried them on and hung them back up. Yeah, I don't know if they've been on the floor, so they get a nice thorough wash and never leave the home ever. So yeah, out of the doctor's appointment, let's go ahead and continue that. Those shoes never leave the house. So they're considered to be in-house shoes. It's so funny that I've had people that come in to do like repair work or had to call some type of services within the house. And I've had some people just not get it, don't understand the fact they got to cover their shoes with booties or take those shoes off. And I may have some shoes for them to wear. Not like tennis shoes, but some shoes. And the fact that I had one guy say to me, well, you're wearing shoes in the house. It reminds me of the person who made a comment on my channel that I had to mute off my channel not long ago about the gloves and eating with clean versus dirty hands and gloves. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, if you don't understand, just say that. Or if you don't understand, just mind your business. Or if you don't understand, just do as I ask you. You're in my home. That's probably the best one. So while he wanted to tell me that I had shoes on in my house, as if I didn't know, what he didn't know, baby, these shoes ain't never stepped outside the house like your nasty shoes have. So we're going to go through this again. Cover your feet with these booties or you can exit. He proceeded, and then later throughout the appointment, I forgot what he was even there to do. This has been so many years ago. He had a nerve to say, yeah, they got medication for that. Now you can exit my house. Okay, you ain't gonna be disrespectful but so many times. And I didn't take the, well, you got shoes on. I just took it as you being ignorant the first time. Telling me about medication with what I go through is an absolute no-no. Get out. Get out. So And it's been a couple of other people that might have said something close to that related to having shoes in the house, and I'm like, now I remember the last person who tried that got thrown out on his head, not figuratively, not literally, not figuratively, but he got put out. So I'd be like, tread light there. So yeah, the shoes get in the wash machine, and and they get washed on a regular basis, especially shower shoes. Getting out of the shower, I'll go ahead and tack this one on to this one. That's why I call shower shoes. Getting out of the shower, feet ain't never hitting the floor. Not that the floors in the house are dirty, but baby, they're not clean enough for me to get out of the shower and just start walking across the floor and get in my bed. Baby, no. The same, well, not even the same, but some shower shoes that are hard plastic. I'll take some pictures of some of my shoes. Some are like flip-flops, some are hard plastic, durable. They get in the wash machine, and that's it. I have a separate pair of shoes for downstairs and upstairs. So when I get to the bottom of my steps, I switch shoes. It's that serious. Yeah, I don't just have one pair of shoes and walk through the entire house. I won't go into why. Probably like, well, why not? It's the same house. Yeah, I won't get into that because that ain't what this is about. Getting too deep on these 10 topics. But yeah, there's a separate pair of shoes that's the only thing I do. Get out of the shower to my bed. And I may walk from the bed to maybe to take something out of the dryer, dump some clothes on the bed and fold them. But I'm not walking all around doing too much walking because I don't want my feet to get dirty. I don't want, too much dust from the carpet to flop up on my foot. It's mental. It's so mental. So shower shoes, generally, I'm going from getting out of the shower, slipping my feet in clean shoes, getting in the bed. That's how OCD clean I am. So can you imagine the thoughts in my brain when I see dogs in people's beds? Baby, a dog stay on the filthy ground all the time. How can you even say your bed is clean? And that same person will probably get up the next morning, my bed's clean. Baby, your dog been on the floor. Show me a floor in the world is clean. Anywho, we're going to get off that topic because I can stay on that one a very, very, very long time. Alright guys, let's move on to the next one and see how much we can. It's getting dark, so see how much daylight we can get. The next one is, well, you all guys already know, I'm going to wipe the heck down. I'm going to wipe a rental down like crazy. You already know that. You've seen it in a recent video if you've been paying attention. I'm going to wipe the mess out of a rental. Steering wheel, gear shift, everything I possibly have to touch, the handle to get in and out of the door, even across the top of that door, at the interior of the door, because, we usually use the handle and then push to get out. I'm going to, all of that, use my cabbie wipes. And I'm going to sanitize as much as I can to a comfort level. It's everything. Now, recently the video showed how I just said I'm not going to do all that wiping. I just put some plastic in there, and then my son wanted to blast me talking about who my mama about to go kill. Yeah, that video. I'll insert that as well. Go check that out. It's freaking hilarious. But I'm gonna do the rental car up. I'm gonna do it in. Gonna do the rental car in. Got to. So the outside door handle, inside, across the door, gear shift, steering wheel, radio, AC, all that. I probably will. Well, I don't use a canister of wipes. You would think I would, but I don't use the entire canister of wipes. But quite a few get wiped down. So a rental car, too many people are in them. Hundreds and thousands of people are renting the car. The people at the rental car place. And I love how they say, we're going to go clean your car up. I crack up every time they say that, because cleaning the car up to them is running it through the car wash. Baby, no, cleaning the car for me would be getting some sandy wipes, some cabbie wipes, and taking the germs from the inside where people have touched. I don't care about the outside of the car being clean. It's going to get dirty as soon as I pull out. Bugs, the wind, the air, the element going to get it dirty. Who cares about that? The inside, if you clean it properly, it can remain clean for me to drive because I'm going to keep it clean. But anywho, that's that. Rental cars, another one of the filthiest things, I think. So I definitely got to sanitize before I just get in and put my hands all over stuff. and I'm still not comfortable. Let's say that I'm still not comfortable. Keep watching to the very end, because baby, the last one, I think you're gonna think it's super weird. You're gonna think it's super weird. But the next one is public restrooms. I do my best not to use them. I have learned if I need to use them, I'm very comfortable stopping at hotels. A decent hotel or a very good hotel are gonna have clean bathrooms. Now, I'm not talking about no Motel 6s, no ranky-tank, ran-down hotels. You probably can find a hotel with a nasty bathroom, but ultimately, if you go to a decent or upscale hotel, they are very strategic to make sure those bathrooms, especially the lobby bathrooms, not many people go into them. You got a bathroom in all your hotel rooms, so why would they even be that dirty, that nasty, right? Not that many people hanging around in the lobby going to the bathroom. So I have yet to find one that's dirty. So that's that. When I go to a restroom in public, anywhere, 9 out of 10, I'm going to take my own something to wipe. If I have to get my own tissue, napkin, something from my vehicle that I know is sanitized and clean enough for me to wipe my behind, that's going to have to come from me. There's sometimes I'm so OCD crazy, I will put something like in my bra. I will have a piece of tissue or a napkin or a paper towel that I keep in my bra or in the front of my pants. No joke, no cap. I will also do that to ensure that when I go to wipe, I'm wiping with something I know is sanitized and clean. I will do it. I sure will. And I think this woman just say she keep tissue on her. And when I say in my pants, I mean in that fupa area, not between my legs, but in the fupa area. I will put something there that I know it's not gonna, fall out or fall down. My bra, my pocket, somewhere I got a clean piece of tissue, baby. That's how I use the restroom in public. Of course, I'm going to wash my hands. I like to use the handicap stall because it's bigger. I have the sink in there. In order for me to use the restroom, I have to wash my hands before I even get started. I don't like to handle my own private body parts with dirty hands. I don't need no type of infections nowhere. Right? So I definitely go in. I'll start by washing my hands. I touch my clothes in the cleanest spots. I know they're still clean. I do what I need to do to get those clothes where they need to be. And use the restroom. I wash my hands, and I am one that properly wash my hands by turning the water off without touching them with my bare hands. I'm very strategic how I even use their paper towels to do that. I'm so anal about how do they put this paper towel in this dispenser? Like, where did they, bathrooms are dirty. So I'm thinking, where did they sit the paper towel down, the paper towels down in order for them to undo the box? Did they sit it on the floor? So that would mean the rim of the paper towels would be dirty. So I have a way where I will take paper towels and always fold them together and tear the edges off. I just have to. I have to take the paper towels and tear the edges off in case they set them down on a dirty surface somewhere. And I mean, we know people will take tissue and put them on the floor, put a roll of tissue on the floor. I'm like, how do you go in the bathroom, see tissue on the floor, and the fact that I've seen people go in the bathroom and stay in there and use it and come out, I'm like, now I know good and daggone well you did not go in there and use that tissue off the floor. So when I'm saying what I'm saying, I'm talking about how disgusting some people are as well. Some people get real disgusting. You wonder why people like me have OCD. Because some people are so disgusting, it's not even funny. So I don't know how they handle the paper towel. And my hands is one thing, you already know. As soon as I get back to my car, I'm going to be sanitizing my hands. So I don't use public restroom tissue. Never. I'm not using your tissue. So that's just that. Not going to happen. Hey, family. So we are back at the house. Final destination. Yes. Final destination. Listen. I think we are at number 10. And if we're not, this is the last one. This day was so This day was so much more busy than I thought and had anticipated. But at the top of the video, I did say, we'll see how it goes, because I'll be trying to do the 10 OCD rituals in between stop and going. I almost gave up and said, you know what, just obsolete all these videos, like delete, just do it a different day. That's how busy and crazy it was. However, I decided that we just going, I mean, I had to make a few phone calls. I stopped. I went to Outback. I ordered food. I was on the phone several times. I was on the phone. It was just like trying to find a doctor's office. I was passing a plaza and I'm thinking, I thought it was in this plaza, but GPS is still like 6 minutes up the road. So it was a lot going on, guys. It was a lot going on. And I'm just like, anywho, I didn't travel as smoothly throughout the day as I thought, and I wasn't able to drop the topics like I thought smoothly. So they may sound all over the piece. Hopefully when I go in and edit, they will come together. It's just 10 simple topics, and it don't like I was all over the place, like my day was all over the place. Listen, last one. And this last one, I said watch to the end. Usually it's some big banger. It's not. It's going to be one of those y'all going to be like, really, girl? You said watch to the end for this. This is why. It's not that it's a big banger. It is so freaking funny to me. It's so, you do what? It's one of those head scratching moments. Like, for some people, it's going to be like, dang, I ain't never thought about that. Right? It's a lot. But it's not a big banger. It's just, you probably never thought of it. But if you have no form of OCD, you probably just don't care about it, right? Like everything else. Half the stuff I talk about, y'all thinking like, y'all wouldn't do all that. I'm just gonna eat my burger or my food with dirty hands. Who cares? They ain't killed me yet, you know. Listen, how I do laundry. It's a very simple one, but of course we're going into a little bit of details as to why my OCD brain works the way my OCD brain works. And let's talk about it. When you put the clothes in the washer and they come out, for those of you who say washing machine, you know what I'm talking about. When you put your clothes in the washer, right? Your clothes are then what? Clean! Ding, 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 yay! The clothes are clean. So, what do? Drop down in the comments, tell me what do. You just go and open the washer door and stick your toe in, stick your elbows in, flap around like a fish to get them out. What do? I have to, much like the bread, I have to open the washer door, and guess what I have to do next? You guessed it. Ding, 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 ding. Sis gotta go wash your hands. What correlates in my brain, my OCD brain is, you guessed it, clean clothes. Say it with me, clean hands. That's why it's not the big banger, but it's the big banger. Because you're like, did this woman just say she opened her washer door, go wash her hands before? So this girl, I know that's what y'all thinking. This girl don't just open her washer door and take her clothes out. Sure don't. OCD won't let me. OCD will not let me. Nope. My brain says clean goes with clean, dirty goes with dirty. It's the same for the dryer. When the clothes come out of the dryer, they're clean. I must open the dryer door, go clean my hands, and then remove my clothes from the laundry. Now, you're probably thinking, well, if you're so OCD, aren't your washer and dryer door handles clean? Not enough. If you've been following my OCD journey, you will understand things have to be clean enough in my brain. Everything that is a surface has germs on it. In my home, there's germs. I don't have a germ-free home because I have OCD. So yes, my handles have germs. I'm sure they're not filthy. They're not the dirtiest handles in the world. They're not the door to CVS, Walgreens, Publix, Walmart. They're not those type of door, that dirt, that amount of germs where hundreds and thousands of people have touched them. but I'm sure they have some amount of germs on them because every surface has some amount of germs on them. I need my hands clean just like I do when I'm about to eat. Clean, touch a clean paper towel, shut the water off, and nothing else. My hands need to be clean, not touching any surfaces to get my clean laundry out of the washer and my clean laundry out of the dryer. That's the banger. Now, I'm sure I'm going to have some people on here like, she is just completely nutty. That's okay. I still appreciate you for watching. We're going to have some going to be like, I never thought of that. She's absolutely right. The clothes are clean, but I'm going to the washer, taking them out with dirty hands. So guess what? They're now dirty. Your clean clothes dirty that quick. Your clean clothes are now dirty. It's just like washing your hands at a nasty public restroom and turning the faucet off with your hands. They're no longer clean. It's the same concept. Your hands ain't clean no more. So don't walk out that bathroom talking about, I just washed my hands. They're clean. No, they're not if you touch the faucet or the door handle. They're not clean. Oh my gosh. OCD life, guys. OCD life. I'm going to shut this off. That's the end of this, but I am going to hop back on to a quick clip and talk about a portion of my doctor's appointment. It was freaking hilarious. I had a whole therapy session with my now primary doctor because I haven't had one in a while. I have enough specialty doctors that I see. I ain't thought about no primary. A primary can't do nothing for me with this gastroparesis, though he did talk about it like he was a gastro doctor, though he did talk about my anemia like he was the oncologist. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. Keep watching. I will see you all next time.